Conflict is not accidental. It is engineered until it can no longer be contained.
Brothers will defend unity against warriors who believe nothing is given.
Some men don't fight to win, they fight to survive.
Champions adapt. Challengers refuse to break.
One championship belongs to no one, and yet everyone.
This is not about control. It's about what happens when it's lost. 6 men will not just compete, they will eliminate.
The top of the damn mountain. I told y'all no man, no code, no virus could stop me from taking what's mine. And speaking of cowards, let's talk about those freaks from the Caskits of Sorrow. 2 men so scared to look us in the eye that they jumped Rhythm and Booze from behind at something to fear. Like I told these idiots already, real men fight face to face. They don't wait till backs are turned and the lights are low. Look at this right here. The DWE Mainstream Champion.
You speaking like you still dreaming from Buddy putting you to sleep. Let us know what you're trying to do. We handled half the boot already. It really ain't nothing to handle the rest.
Here's Rhythm and Booze. Rhythm and Booze coming up from behind. Rhythm and Booze are back. They just like chair shots to the head of Caskits of Sorrow. Rhythm and Booze, we haven't seen them since Something to Fear when Caskits of Sorrow laid them out on the outside during Dermont's championship match against Sheng. It's a numbers game now. Sheng in the ring. 3 of the 4 members of Boot now standing on the rampway. Stairs being exchanged.
So gentlemen, prepare for war.
And now, Digital Wrestling Entertainment presents Code of War.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DWE's Code of War. My name's Automatic and I'm the voice of Digital Wrestling Entertainment. And tonight, control meets chaos and only one side leaves with the system in their hands. Dermont, Rhythm and Booze, Sheng, and Caskits of Sorrow don't just collide in our main event, but they wage full war in a 6-man elimination tag match to decide who truly runs DWE. But before we get there, every division is on the line, every championship is under threat, and the competitors all have something to prove. So don't blink, don't disconnect, just sit right there and enjoy the show. Tonight, Colt Barnett defends his DWE Y-Fly Championship in a rematch from DWE Something to Fear against Braindead. Lennox Lincoln defends the DWE Crowdsourced Championship, our championship, against an opponent picked by you. Weston Wouter, brought in by Victor Callahan, takes on Cyrus Crowley for the DWE Network Crash Championship. And as I mentioned in our main event, Sheng and Caskits of Sorrow meet Boot in a 6-man elimination tag team match. But first up tonight, to kick things off, the Dragons meet the Bowen brothers for the DWE Dual Band Championship.
Dragons. The Bowen brothers. Dual Band Championship. Code of War. Brothers will defend unity against warriors who believe nothing is given.
Here they are, the Dragons, here via a victory over Philip Caskits and Evan Sorrow in a #1 contenders match on our last upload, which all stemmed from, we'll say, the Bowen brothers feeling they weren't getting enough action since winning these DWE Dual Band Championships at Something to Fear. So they proposed a bit of an open call out, to which the Dragons responded. And before anything could be established, Caskets of Sorrow felt the need to throw their name in that hat, rightfully so. Led to Victor Callahan setting up a #1 contenders match that the Dragons were able to come out victorious in. And now they find themselves in their first opportunity for gold in DWE. As you hear the reception the champions get, Levi and Eli Bowen equally mirroring that of the Dragons, as there isn't a bad horse in this race, so to speak, as both brothers, both sets of brothers, I should say, are equally loved by the DWE universe. And they have an idea of what's to come, considering these two sides met back during the Dual Band Championship tournament. So you're left to wonder, you're left to think. There's maybe a little meat left on the bone. And they're gonna look to square that away here tonight. We're gonna send it down ringside for the official in-ring introductions.
This match is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the DWE Dual Band Championship. The challengers, and a combined weight of 425 pounds, Dongjun Dongjashin Dragons. Their opponents share a combined weight of 453 pounds. They are the DWE Dual Band Champions, Eli, Levi, the Bowen brothers.
Could this be the last time the champions touch gold tonight? So we get a look at those Dual Band Championships. This is indeed awesome. You can feel the atmosphere rising. Again, the universe knowing what's in store here tonight. Looks like Sheng and Levi are going to kick things off here. So both men face each other here and not wanting that energy to die down. Wanting to keep the universe in it, keep the universe involved. Both men play up to the crowd. Sheng takes off a cross. We got a tilt-a-whirl. No. Levi's able to catch it. It's got him up, and Sheng is able to hit that DDT, and now going to go for an immediate cover. Going to take more than that to keep somebody like Levi down. Eli already wanting to get into the action. Reaching for a tag. Sheng's going to position Levi back over in his corner wisely with that sit-out powerbomb. Both teams very good at working the isolation game. It's safe to say those tactics are what got them to the dance. As we get a tag in here to June. A little tandem action, nice stereo backdrops, followed by stereo kicks. June's fired up. gonna send Levi into the ropes. Levi's able to duck under, hit a nice clothesline of his own. Quickly shutting down the offense June was able to capitalize on with his brother there, Sheng. Levi now gonna send June into his own corner. Look to tag in the older of the two, Eli. They're gonna get some tandem action here going. Stereo back elbows. Seat June in the middle of the ring. Eli sizing up with a big headbutt. Landing flush to the skull of Dang June. Gonna look now to land a couple strikes. It's gonna send June in the corner. Look to send him to the opposite side. June's able to pop up, but Eli being one step ahead, hits a nice kick to the gut. He's gonna pop June up, and then a big spine buster. Gonna look for a cover of his own. June able to find it and kick out after that massive spine buster from Eli. Sends June in. June's able to grab the wrist and slam Eli down and hit a nice knee to the face. In that split moment that he was sent off the ropes, I guess all the cloudiness dispersed there from June because he was able to reverse that. As he's going to now look to work the corner here. Come off with a spinning elbow. Eli's able to catch it and land a clothesline of his own. Putting the Bowens back in firm control. I don't know how many shots June can take to the head. That's two real big ones, and it looks like he's about to get a third here with a big power bomb. Looking to cause more effects to the back than anything. Nevertheless, he's brought to his feet again. He looks like Eli's going to send June into the corner. Thought maybe he was going to look for a tag. Instead, he picks him up, runs to the opposite side, and slams that back into the turnbuckle. Looks like he's going to hit one more. June stands there out on his feet, but that big clothesline from Eli is going to sit him flat on the mat. Levi's going to step in, smartly go for a cover. Looking to retain, and June finding it once again to kick out. And keep this DWE Dual Band Championship match going. So Levi's going to look to pick him up, maybe thinking he had the Bowen driver in mind, but June able to wiggle his way out and take the leg. Now going to look to maybe capitalize with a big slap to the chest that drops Levi Bowen, followed by a flipping somersault to the chest, and then sends Eli crashing to the outside. Two slaps to the chest, and there's that big jumping super kick. That June kick, as he calls it. Do we have new champions? No. Levi able to kick out. As Eli still feeling the effects of that shot to the midsection that sent him crashing to the outside. June's going to send Levi back into his corner. Look to tack in Sheng. We're going to get some tandem action here with a nice suplex off the top rope there. Seems to have Levi out on his feet. Sent into the ropes, ducks under, spins around, a nice solid kick to the chest, to the flesh of Levi Bowen. He's going to take a second one for his troubles right there firmly in the back. I don't know that Eli's even gotten up yet. He's still out on the outside. This is proving to be detrimental. As we get a cover here, possibly new champions, no. Levi Bowen finding it still, as Eli still on the outside. Looks like Sheng's going to go to the top here. What's he got in mind? He's calling for it. This is the end. Levi gets to his feet, but Eli slid in the ring. He's got Sheng, throws him. Levi catches it with a cutter. He's going to go for a cover. Champions almost able to retain. Makes you wonder if Eli was out there playing possum maybe a little bit. Was able to come in at the most opportune time. Send Sheng off the top rope. Levi able to catch him with that cutter maneuver. Still wasn't quite enough to put the Dragons away. Levi's able to catch a kick. He's got Sheng here. This might be the Bowen driver. No. He's got him up. Jackson's able to wiggle out once again. Levi not able to hang on to a suplex. Jackson, a nice bridging suplex of his own. Not bothering to hold it for a pin. It's going to help Levi to his feet. Place him back in his own corner. Again, this isolation technique that both these teams use, as we get a nice stretch to the leg there from June, that's wise. Because if you've been following us, if you've been following the Bowen brothers themselves, you know Levi loves that mud stomp. And there, June went for that looping palm strike. Levi able to catch it, lands a nice fist to the forehead. Maybe a little bit too much showboating from June. If there's any flaw in the Dragons' game, it's that they love the theatrics. They love to play to this crowd. They love the energy that is received from the energy they put out. And you see it here. This might be Levi now setting up for this mud stomp. And there it is. He lands that one flush. Going to look for an immediate cover here. Dang, June able to kick out. Levi Bowen can't believe it. Jackson having a hell of a lot more faith than I had that his brother was going to be able to kick out of that one. Didn't even bother to attempt to break up the count. Universe wants to see it again. Instead, Levi hits a nice swinging neck breaker. Signaling for another stomp, if you will. Instead, hits a couple shots to the midsection. Jackson wanting to get in the ring in the worst way. June's able to counter and land a couple strikes of his own. Levi able to catch one more. It's going to send June into the ropes. And here he comes. He lands that June kick once again. Flush to the chin of Levi. Going to look for an immediate cover. And the champion able to kick out at 2.5. And both brothers here, that being Eli Bowen and Deang Jackson, neither attempting to enter the ring after both a mud stomp and that June kick. Having a hell of a lot of faith as we get a nice rolling heel kick to the face of Levi Bowen. But I guess that's what has both sets of brothers in this situation. You have that faith, you have that trust when you step inside that ring. Just like June had that trust, that second rolling heel kick was going to land, and Levi, being one step ahead, was able to roll out of the way. Jackson wanting to get in the ring. Levi makes a tag. Eli's going to come in the ring now. We get a diving tag from June. Jackson's able to cut Eli off. I don't know if Eli was able to see that tag being made or not, but he definitely wasn't expecting Jackson to come and meet him with a foot to the calf. As he's going to land some more kicks here to the midsection. A couple stomps from Jackson on Eli Bowen. He's going to look to lock in that burning noose, that triangle choke maneuver. And this time, Levi, wisely seeing Eli in trouble, he decides to jump in, break up the hold, hit a drop kick. June doesn't take kindly to that. He heads across the ring, meets Levi, who steps out onto the apron. He's going to land a couple shots. Now look to pick him up in a big back body drop on the hardest part of the ring as both those two crash to the outside. Leaving Eli to get leg whipped out of the corner. Looks like Jackson now going to work on that leg, work on that ankle of Eli Bowen. Letting it go maybe a little early there. Levi looks to get snake-eyed onto the barricade on the outside. June's fired up. Can all but taste the gold now from those DWE Dual Band Championships as he lands a couple strikes to the chest. He's got double underhooks now for a big suplex on the outside to Levi Bowen. Back in the ring, the sleeper hold put on Eli Bowen. Jackson's got this locked in tight, and there ain't nobody to break it up this time. This could be it. It's cinched in tight, and just as I say that, Eli's able to pry that hand away and land two strong elbows to the face of Jackson, breaking the hold on the outside. Levi catches a strike. He's now got June up. Looks like he's got in position for that Bowen driver on the outside. Feeling it. Feeling those championships. He said before, those championships are a part of me, they're a part of us. The tag's made to Levi as Eli's got Jack Shun up on the shoulders. He's gonna drop him firmly in the middle of the ring. Looks like Levi's gonna look to come off the top rope here with a double-footed stomp. June still out on the outside. Levi going for a cover here. Will the champions retain?
Your winners by pinfall, and still DWE Dual Band Champions, Levi, the Bowen brothers.
Makes you wonder had Dang Jun got back to the other side of the ring after that double underhook suplex to Levi on the outside. Might have had himself in better position in case anything went awry, but unfortunately he chose to stick around. Levi was able to capitalize, Eli was able to capitalize, and the Bowen brothers retain the dual band championships. We're going to send it backstage to Ethan M. Osman, who's with the DWE Mainstream Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome at this time the DWE Mainstream Champion, Buck Dermont. Mr. Dermont, tonight at Code of War, you step into a 6-man elimination match alongside your boot allies against Sheng and Caskits of Sorrow. With everything that's happened over the past weeks, what kind of preparation has Boot made for tonight?
Preparations? Boot don't need preparation. By the time this night's halfway done, Colt Barnett's gonna beat the brain matter out of that nut job and keep a firm grip on that gold round his waist. And then he's got the rest of the night off. That's what Boot does, Ethan. We handle our business, one by one, division by division, until there ain't nothing left to fight. As for that main event, that ain't no war. That's a cleanup job. Caskits of Sorrow, you had your moment. You had your little show of respect, your little celebration in that ring. And tonight, we take that respect from you. And Sheng, I'm done with you. When this is over, I don't want to hear your name. I don't want to see your face. And I sure as hell ain't stepping in that ring with you again. Because I got bigger problems to deal with. So to the clown, you think this is a game? You think you can just walk into my house, into my company, and start pulling strings? Keep watching, keep laughing, and sure as hell keep hiding. Because when I find you, I'm gonna rip that mask off your face and show the whole world exactly how ugly you really are. Enjoy the show.
Thank you for your time. Back to you, Otto.
Thank you, Ethan. Big words from the champion in regards to Sheng and Caskits of Sorrow. Apparently he doesn't feel tonight is that much of a threat, and he's more focused on the clown that's been causing him issues the past several uploads. But next up, Braindead, Colt Barnett for the DWE Y-Fly Championship. This is a rematch from the inaugural championship match at DWE's Something to Fear.
Braindead. Colt Barnett. Y-Fly Championship. Code of War. Champions adapt. Challengers refuse to break.
I expect all the high speed, all the high intensity, the fast-paced action, and then some that we got in the first matchup between Braindead and Colt Barnett. I've said it before, man. Something about when Braindead's music hits, I just want to run through a wall. I feel absolutely invincible. I'm sure everybody else is in agreement in the DWE universe. I would assume that's why this this young man has such fanfare, why he's so beloved, why he is probably the top superstar in our promotion. I mean, this song, it starts with this song. I mean, I hear it. Dare I say, line up Buck Dermont. I will drop kick him in the side of his face. Line up Rhythm and Booze, drop kicks for each one of them too. Hell, line up Colt Barnett. I'm walking out of there as the DWE Y-Fly champion. I'm walking out as the DWE mainstream champion. Hell, you line up Cyrus Crowley's big dumb ass, and I'm liable to walk out of here as the Network Crash champion. You let me come out to this song. Let me stop. I'm getting carried away. And here he comes, the champion, the DWE Y-Fly champion, Colt Barnett, winning this championship back at DWE Something to Fear. Was able to come up victorious against Braindead and hasn't had to defend this championship since winning it. That's not to say he hasn't been involved in anything. He's been involved in several matches, been in several main events, teaming with Buck Dermont to square off against Caskits of Sorrow during the absence of Rhythm and Booze. No love lost from the DWE universe as we send it down to ringside for the official championship introductions.
This match is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the DWE Y-Fly Championship. The challenger stands 5 feet 7 inches and weighs 168 pounds. Braindead. His opponent stands 6 feet 1 inch and weighs 201 pounds. Representing Booth, he is the DWE Y-Fly champion, Colt Barnett.
The universe letting the champion know how they feel about him, feel about his performance, feel about him holding that strap. Braindead able to look at what might be his by the end of the night. That DWE Y-Fly championship. You know, and Colt Barnett, probably the most humble of the four representing Boot, but as Braindead takes off across the ring, hits a big Hurricane Rana. Gonna now look for a standing moonsault to the champion. Immediate cover. Not able to obtain a 2 count. Braindead starting off fast and early. Gonna send the champion into the corner. Follow it with a big clothesline. Hit the bottom rope, fly up, tilt-a-whirl. Big DDT from the challenger. Now look to head to the top. Is he looking for a misfire early? Decides a moonsault is the better of the two options, the safer of the two options, if you will. Looking for another cover here. This time at least managing to get a 2 count. Braindead helps the champion to his feet. Gonna send him here into the ropes, ducks under. Colt Barnett comes off with a double fist to the face, following up with a second. Braindead to his feet, Colt ducks under, comes off the ropes and a big leaping clothesline. The champion in control as Braindead makes it to a corner, a kick to the face, kicks the feet out over the top rope with a drop kick to the chest of Braindead. Colt Barnett does not care what this universe thinks of him. He's gonna be that which is him. A big power bomb to Braindead in the corner. Might have hit his head on that turnbuckle on the way down. Braindead sent into the opposite corner as Colt Barnett follows it up with a clothesline and an elbow. He's not looking to slow up as he proceeds to inflict damage here to Braindead. That's probably the slowest you're going to see this match slow down. Those few stomps Colt Barnett puts on the head of Braindead as he got him up here in a fireman's carry position, flips him over into a Michinoku driver. Colt Barnett is all gas, no brakes here early on in the goings of this one. Big power slam, damn near throws Braindead out of the ring. Colt Barnett now gonna look to head to the high rent district. He wants Braindead on his feet. What's he got in mind here? Lining him up, big double-footed drop kick to the face of Braindead. Colt Barnett now gonna go for a cover. Will the champion retain? No, Braindead able to kick out to the excitement of this DWE universe. Colt Barnett has Braindead up once more in a fireman's carry position. Braindead's able to wiggle his way out of there and hit that brain splatter out of nowhere. He's gonna look for a cover now. We got a new champion. Colt Barnett at 2.5, able to kick out. Universe wants to see it again. Braindead helps the champion to his feet. He's now going to look to put Colt Barnett into the corner. Has the wrist, comes off the top rope with a nice Hurricane Rana. Going to help the champ up once more. Now look to maybe work him in the opposite corner. He's going to look to springboard off that middle rope with a nice kick to the side of the head. Look for a cover here. Champion able to kick out once more. Braindead finding himself in this match after winning a #1 contenders bout against Mr. Memo. Braindead, nice kick to the gut. Maybe look for Hurricane Rana, and Colt Barnett's able to counter with a powerbomb. He's got him up on the shoulders and drops him flush. Colt Barnett now going to head to the top. He might be setting up for that 450 elbow drop, and there it is, nothing but net. Look for an immediate cover. Will the champion retain? Braindead able to kick out. The absolute shock of the champion. Furious, he now looks to trap the arm, maybe wrench on the other arm of Braindead, and this isn't something we usually see out of the champion. I gotta wonder if frustration's left to put a sour taste in the champion's mouth here as he's working this arm. But Braindead was able to roll out of it. Come back with a flipping clothesline. He's now gonna look to springboard off the top rope with a moonsault. Very nice maneuver. He's gonna look for a cover. The champion able to kick out after two. Back and forth we go. Screaming parallels of their first matchup. Colt Barnett goes crashing to the outside. Braindead admiring his work. He's now going to follow in pursuit. Helps the champ to his feet just to send him hard into the barricade. Braindead hops up top there. He's calling for the champ to come to his feet. That front row's getting a show now. Big moonsault landing flush to the chest of the champion. The challenger Braindead fired up. He's firing on all cylinders. He's feeling gold. He can taste this gold. He can taste the Y-Fly Championship. Challenger's lining something up now, and a big imploding plancha that lands on the head of the champion. Braindead is absolutely insane for a maneuver like that. Having no regard for his own safety, certainly no regard for the safety of the champion. He hits a 450 off that top rope, landing absolutely on the button of the champion Colt Barnett, who is now sent back into the ring by the challenger Braindead in this DWE Y-Fly Championship match. Making it to his feet, Braindead's on the top rope now and hits a front somersault to the face of the champion. Braindead's gonna head to the top once more. He might be setting up for that misfire now, and there it is, and the champion's able to roll out of the way. The challenger getting nothing but mat for that. Throwing caution to the wind one too many times. And that time it didn't pay off as we get a nice backbreaker from the champion on the challenger, who's now going to tune it up. He's looking for that bar none super kick. And I'm not a betting man, but it looks like the end might be near. Setting up for nothing but net to the chest of the challenger. He's gonna go for a cover.
Your winner by pinfall, and still DWE Fly Champion, Colt Barnett!
Say what you want, but that champion, Colt Barnett, there's no give up in that young man. He's a champion of this division for a reason, and he showed it just there. That being said, I don't know that Braindead has missed the misfire since attempting it for the very first time. Usually if he sets up and he's dialed in, he's hitting that flush and it's 1, 2, 3. The champion able to get out of the way and set himself up to retain this DWE Fly Championship. And with that, we're gonna go into our championship, the DWE Crowdsourced Championship. Lennox Lincoln finds out who the universe has chosen to compete for their championship.
Ouija, Crixus, Bodhi, August, Crowdsourced Championship. One championship belongs to no one, and yet everyone.
Two of the four have squared off against Lennox Lincoln. The other two are yet to meet him in the ring.
Attention, Digital Wrestling Entertainment Universe. This is an official system broadcast. The DWE Crowdsourced Championship has reached its mandated defense threshold. By order of the DWE Universe, the reigning Crowdsourced Champion is required to report to the ring immediately. This title is the property of the people. It exists only by your command. As decreed in the DWE Code of Engagement, refusal or failure to comply will result in the immediate stripping of the championship. Champion, you are to proceed to the ring at once. Await further instruction and stand by to learn the challenger chosen by the DWE Universe. Universe Control has spoken. The defense begins now.
And here comes the DWE Crowdsourced Champion, Lennox Lincoln. The first time we heard that alarm sound, Lennox was forced to answer the call against Ouija. In a back and forth matchup, ultimately, Lennox Lincoln was able to retain. Crixus Rex finds himself in the selection pool due to a decisive victory over Hillary Heartthrob in a crowdsourced showcase match, where he will most likely go down all time as having the fastest win in DWE Universe's history. Bodhisattva was in the first inaugural match for the DWE Crowdsourced Championship, where he came up short against Lennox Lincoln. August Cthulhu obtained his victory in a crowdsourced showcase match against Cody Caminos. Which one of these four men will appear in this ring to compete for our championship? The vote was made by you. This championship is for you. And Lennox Lincoln is here to defend it for you. And there you hear it. That's the music of the last emperor. The burden of an empire. Crixus Rex. Sporting a new look here. The universe doesn't seem to be fans of it. I'm left to believe this vote wasn't made due to him winning over any fanfare. Like I said, he owns the fastest victory in DWE Universe's history over the newly signed Hillary Heartthrob. Hillary Heartthrob had the arena in the palm of his hand, brought the entire arena together. Crixus realized he knew what that match was. He knew what that match was about. He knew what that match granted the winner. And he wasted literally no time to ensure his spot in this selection pool, to have a chance to have an opportunity at this championship. And Hillary Heartthrob was taking his moment in. And before he knew it, a Roman spear left him on his back for the 1-2-3. Now we're gonna head ringside for the official introductions.
This match is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the DWE Crowdsourced Championship. The challenger, chosen by the DWE Universe, stands almost 7 Roman feet and weighs 273 pounds. The self-proclaimed last emperor. He's the burden of an empire. Crixus Rex. His opponent stands 6 feet 2 inches and weighs 239 pounds. He is the DWE Crowdsourced Champion, Lennox.
As the champion looks on, Crixus rising to his feet. I don't think it's going to be as quick as your last match there, Crixus. He's our fighting champion. Lennox Lincoln, the universe showing their appreciation as the stare down ensues. The two meet in the middle of the ring, face to face, chest to chest, looking into the eyes, neither one wanting to budge. We get a collar and elbow tie-up. Both men jarring, both men jockeying for position. Both men looking to gain the upper hand. The champion able to win that test of strength. To the excitement of the DWE Universe. The champion backs off. They lock up here again once more for a second test of strength. Crixus Rex coming out on the winning end of that. Rolls the champion out. Provides a stare down. They're going to get chest to chest here once again. Champion's got him up. No, Crixus able to backflip out of it. The athleticism on full display with a front suplex face drop. Crixus Rex. Surprised he was able to get that first test of strength. As the challenger putting it on full display there. Crixus was actually in our first ever main event on DWE's mainframe, where he squared off against Dermont, the DWE mainstream champion, in a first round matchup. The tangibles are there, the athleticism is there, the ability is there for Crixus Rex to walk out of here tonight as the DWE Crowdsourced Champion, as he has the champion in the corner here. Following it up with a big running clothesline. I'm sorry, a forearm. Landing a flying forearm and then a standing moonsault. There's that athleticism, looking for a cover here early. The champion able to kick out. Crixus Rex is going to land some clubbing blows to the back of the champion here. This is the point I was trying to make earlier. I don't know that Crixus was chosen out of fanfare. I believe after what he did to Hillary Heartthrob, as we get a nice gut check there to the champion. After what he did to Hillary Heartthrob, I think this universe wants to see somebody put it to Crixus. And what better than their champion, Lennox Lincoln, who's able to now land a clothesline, get fired up here a little bit, followed up with a forearm. He's got the challenger in the corner, lands a nice flying forearm of his own. He's off the ropes, ducks under the clothesline. But Crixus Rex able to stay one step ahead, holds on to the ropes there. He's going to now send the champ back into the corner, help him up to that top rope. The champion able to counter. Lennox going to send Crixus into the ropes, pick him up, and a nice kick to the face. A double heeled stomp to the chest, followed by another kick to the face. He's going to look to springboard here off the middle rope. We've seen this before. He's going to look for a cover. The champion looks to retain, and the challenger, Crixus Rex, is able to kick out. The champion going to look to mount some more offense here. Keep it going. Big clothesline sends Crixus to the outside. The champion lining something up here, comes off the ropes, over the top rope, a flipping senton landing on the chest of the challenger. Lennox Lincoln, the DWE Crowdsourced Champion, your champion, sends the challenger back into the ring. He wants him on his feet. What's he got in mind here? Rolling through the mid-rope and a big drop kick to the chest. He's going to head to the top. Is he looking for that double-footed stomp already? No, opts out for a corkscrew moonsault instead. The champ's going to go for a pin. Only able to obtain a 2 count. You got to think, had the referee been in better position, he might have obtained 3 on that and retained this championship. But nonetheless, we continue on. Locks that wrist for a nice back suplex. What's the champion got in mind now? Brings the challenger to his feet. He's going to send him into the ropes. Comes off. Big drop kick to the chest. Lennox Lincoln firing again on all cylinders. In full control now. He's lining something up. Runs in. Big pop-up. No, the challenger's able to catch it and drop him with a shoulder breaker. Crixus Rex back in control now, sends Lennox Lincoln into the corner. That beautiful maneuver, was able to catch the pop-up and hit a big shoulder breaker. And there, a nice over-the-head suplex, throwing Lennox Lincoln to the middle of the ring. He might be lining up for that Roman spear early. We've seen him hit this on Hillary Heartthrob. This match being a little longer than 8 seconds. He hits it, doesn't go for a cover for whatever reason. One to play it up for the arena is Crixus Rex, feeding off the energy this crowd provides. The challenger comes running in and hits a big knee to the champion's face. Crixus going to hit that middle rope once more. DWE Universe letting him know how they feel. As he lands a nice stiff shot to the champion's gut. Champion returns the favor. Looks like we're going to get a couple meaty slaps to the chest here. Crixus Rex inviting it, wanting everything the champion has. And now the two are going to exchange blows back and forth, one after the other. They're just throwing, they're teeing off completely. You can see the rage in the eyes of the champion. The challenger matching that energy. Who's going to break first? The universe is loving it. And there, a big stiff shot from Crixus Rex, putting an end to that exchange. As he stares down the champion, he's fired up. He's feeling it as he should. Sends the champion into the ropes. Flip up, pop up, sends it into a Hurricane Rana. Lennox Lincoln, the DWE Crowdsourced Champion, able to gain the upper hand after that exchange. Nice slap to the chest. Lennox Lincoln gonna send Crixus into the ropes, snap him over. There's that missing link, that kick to the side of the dome. The champion doesn't go for the immediate cover. Apparently he's got other plans in mind. Crixus is whipped into the corner. A slow, methodical approach from the champion. Sends the challenger into the opposite corner, comes running in, big spear to the stomach, backhand spring out, followed by a second spear that seats Crixus Rex firmly in the corner. Lennox Lincoln over the top, springboard off the top, big kick to the side of the face, lays the challenger out. This could be it. Lennox Lincoln looking for that double-footed stomp, and he hits it flush to the gut of the challenger, looking for a cover. 1, 2.
Your winner by pinfall, and still DWE Crowdsourced Champion, Lennox Lincoln!
Lennox Lincoln able to secure, able to retain this DWE Crowdsourced Championship in another absolute classic. He's now squared off against the likes of Bodhisattva, against Ouija, and now Crixus Rex. And from the sounds of it, the universe absolutely pleased with the defender of their championship, Lennox Lincoln. Next up, the DWE Network Crash Championship. The unpredictable, the unhinged Cyrus Crowley defends the championship against Weston Wouter, brought in by Victor Callahan.
Weston Wooter, Cyrus Crowley, Network Crash Championship, Code of War. Some men don't fight to win. They fight to survive.
Here he is, Weston Wouter, as mentioned, brought in by Victor Callahan in attempts to maybe tame DWE's resident problem child, if you will, that in Cyrus Crowley, who, if you've been following up until this point, you know this man is so unpredictable, so unhinged, willing at a moment's notice to just pop up and wreak havoc. I mean, he won this championship back at Something to Fear, and he didn't even collect the championship. He proceeded to attack Peter's Rottentail and left without the title. I mean, the hell is that? And here he is, Cyrus Crowley just came and he's laying waste to Weston Wouter, just attacking him with vicious chair shots as Wouter was making his way to the ring. This absolute menace. Weston Wouter probably feeling like he was in a car wreck as this freak stares into the camera, staring right into the souls of you at home. Proceeds to now launch Weston Wouter into the ring so this match can officially start. Reminder, this is for the DWE Network Crash Championship. Not that Cyrus Crowley is interested in anything like that, as he gets a big pop-up slam to the already beaten and battered Weston Wouter. Just taking him and ragdolling him across the ring, damn near throws him out of the ring. I don't even know that Weston knows where he's at this point. Look at the strength, the deadlift up over the shoulders from this monster as he now parades his toy around the ring. Proceeds to do some over-the-shoulder presses. And it brings him down for a big spine buster. Stomp on him a little bit, why don't you? Weston Wouter. Again, brought in by Victor Callahan to subdue this monster as he lays strikes with that final one, just sending Wouter to the outside. As Cyrus Crowley goes to the mid-rope here, almost to taunt this crowd. We don't see emotion out of him very often, but it's almost like the booze. He feeds off this negative energy. As Weston makes it to his feet now and lands a strike, followed by a second to the back of the head. Attempts a third, and Crowley in slow pursuit, stalking his prey. That fourth one has him teetering a little bit, but I don't know if that's enough. A snapmare for Weston, followed by a big punch to the ear. Not even to the head or the face, but right in the ear. Has the head of Weston rocking. And then a kendo stick to the top of it. As if the multiple chair shots in the beginning weren't enough. Crashing to the outside from the strikes to the face. He's now broken a kendo stick over the body of Weston Wouter, the German gore lord, who's been here before back in our independent days. Was our resident ultra-violent competitor. Cyrus now looking for a cover. Somehow only managing to get a 2 count. I thought for sure that was it for this match, it being over as quick as it started. Wouter then again launched into the air to land flat on his face. I mean, that's a fall from 8-9 feet up. Weston Wouter sent into the ropes again to meet a big boot. Left to look up at the lights. Cyrus in full control. Now gonna look to head to the outside. What's the big dummy got in mind now? Whatever it is, it's giving time for Weston to catch his breath, to recuperate, to maybe try to find some sort of energy, some sort of drive to continue this match. Still winded. Cyrus with a slow approach. Weston able to dodge the chair, kick to the gut. He's coming off the ropes, comes over, double knee face buster to the chair. This might be it, this might be his chance. Cyrus Crowley able to kick out after that double knee face buster to the chair out of nowhere. Weston looking to mount some offense here. A big drop kick, a stiff drop kick to the side of Cyrus's head. Weston gonna head to the top here. What's he got in mind? A big knee drop to the face, right to the skull of the monster. I don't know that I'd be quick to help him to his feet, but Weston's got other plans in mind. Lands a big splash in the corner to Cyrus. Now getting a running start, a second big splash. He's got the big man stumbling on his feet, followed by a nice clothesline that puts the big man on the mat once more. Now Weston heads to the outside, maybe to retrieve some hardware. Finds a nice table underneath the ring. He's gonna prop it up. Cyrus now making his way to his feet. A nice chop to the chest, a second chop to the chest from the German Gore Lord. That third one, Cyrus is able to catch and land a stiff headbutt. Absolutely slowing and shutting down any sort of offense. And now he's got a chair again, lays it to the back of Weston. Another chair shot. And then just throws the chair to the face of Weston Wouter. Cyrus now, I don't even want to say helping him to his feet, but he helps him to his feet and throws him hard into the turnbuckle. Helping Weston up once more. He's going to send him into the corner. Cyrus immediately heads for that chair, picks it up and throws it at the face of Weston Wooter. He looks to have busted him wide open. As if that wasn't enough, don't take any breathers. The back of his head crashing into that chair, adding insult to injury. Puts him in the corner once more. Cyrus looking to retrieve that chair again, and he throws it once again to the face of Weston Wouter. It's downright ugly at this point. Damn near hard to watch. Cyrus in full control ever since that chair shots, those chair shots in the beginning that Weston was not ready for. And there I thought a little life from Weston was going to shine through, and Cyrus was able to shut that down real quick. Picking Weston up effortlessly. What's he got in mind here? In an improvised gut buster maneuver. Weston crawls to the corner, pulls himself to his feet, and this isn't my first German Gore Lord match, but this is the first time I've ever seen him handled quite like this. And there's another vicious chair shot from Cyrus Crowley, proceeding to drive that chair into the back of the skull. Big spine buster type slam from Cyrus Crowley. Cyrus Crowley in full control. Picks Weston back up to his feet and sends him into the corner. He's gonna look to pick up this chair, and if he throws it again, it's gotta, I mean, enough's enough, but instead tries to swing it. Weston's able to catch it and slam it back into the face of Cyrus, and then sends him with a drop kick into the corner turnbuckle. You can see the blood pouring down Weston's face. He now has the chair, he now has the control, and he's landing shots to the back of Cyrus Crowley, to the excitement of this DWE universe. He's fired up. It's almost as if the blood's woken up the German Gore Lord. And now the Gore Lord approaches a rising Cyrus Crowley. Cyrus finds himself in the corner. Weston now has the chair, and he chucks it to the face. Pick it up and do it again. Throw it at him again. The seated Cyrus in the corner now gets a cannonball senton to the face. Weston not even bothering to wipe the blood away. He puts Cyrus back in the corner, and now he's feeding off the energy of this crowd. And he doesn't see that Cyrus has left the corner, and there he stalks, there he stands, turns around. Weston sent over the top rope through that table that he sent out earlier on the outside. Holy shit, Cyrus Crowley charged him and sent him with a toss over the top rope, and who the hell's this now? Landing a chair shot to the back of Cyrus's skull. Crashing more chair shots down to the exposed chest of Cyrus Crowley. The universe is loving it. Who the hell is this? Weston Wouter lays on the outside as he went through that table. This individual was just laying repeated chair shots to the champion. one after another. Finally laying the chair down, thinking enough's enough. And he's taking the mask off. I haven't got a chance to see who it is. Lets his hair down. It's Bodhisattva. We haven't seen Bodhisattva since Upload 7. Bodhisattva was set to take on Ouija that night in a crowdsourced showcase match, and in the back was brutally attacked by Cyrus Crowley. And there he makes his escape, Bodhisattva. Repeated chair shots to the champion Cyrus Crowley. Weston Wouter now lays another drop kick to the back that sends Cyrus head first into the turnbuckle. He's now stalking, looking for Das End. That spear, that gore, he lays it flush. Cyrus looks to be out.
Your winner by pinfall and new DWE Network Crash Champion, Weston Wouter!
It was said in the promo package that some men don't fight to win, some men fight to survive. And Weston Wouter did just that, fought long enough to survive. Albeit with the help of Bodhisattva, but rightfully so. Cyrus Crowley took what was Bodhisattva, and Bodhisattva returned the favor, and returned the favor in such a way that we have a new DWE Network Crash Champion. Up next, the main event that lets one side walk out of here in control of the DWE universe.
Caskits of sorrow, rhythm and booze, Sheng, Dermont. This is not about control. It's about what happens when it's lost.
This is your main event and is a six-man elimination tag team match. When a participant is pinned or submits, they are removed from the match. The match will continue until an entire team is eliminated.
Here's Evan Sorrow, one half of Caskits of Sorrow. We saw them on the last upload. They were in that #1 contenders match against the Dragons, where ultimately they came up short. But after a mutual sign of respect between both sides, the Dragons had left the ring, allowing Caskits of Sorrow to have their moment in front of the DWE universe. And unbeknown to them, Rhythm and Booze would enter the ring from behind and lay vicious chair shots to both Evan Sorrow and Philip Caskits.
Making their way to the ring, and a combined weight of 734 pounds, Sheng, Philip Caskits, and Evan Sorrow.
And here's a faction that could easily sit atop of the DWE universe. Wu Sheng, Philip Caskits, and Evan Sorrow. I don't know that it's by design, by common interest, or just three people being in the right place at the right time. But nevertheless, we're here now. Wu Sheng been at the throat of Buck Dermont for several uploads now, ever since DWE Something to Fear, when Buck Dermont was able to win the DWE Mainstream Championship.
Coming to the ring at a combined weight of 839 pounds, they are members of Booth Rhythm Right, Booze Brewer, and he is the DWE Mainstream Champion, Buck Dermont!
Leader of Boot, Buck Dermont, wearing that aforementioned DWE Mainstream Championship that he was able to obtain back at Something to Fear when he secured a victory over Wu Sheng. With the help of Boot, Rhythm and Booze appeared ringside, were able to cause a distraction that allowed Colt Barnett to enter the ring. He didn't fare too well in the exchange though, as Wu Sheng was able to easily remove him and take care of him. But in the midst of that, Caskits of Sorrow came up to attack Rhythm and Booze and left them laying on the outside, and actually had them out of action for several uploads until they made their return back on our last upload, where they attacked Caskits of Sorrow. Which leads us all to this, these 6 men in a 6-man tag elimination match. Both sides finally able to step in the ring and get their hands on each other. It's been upload after upload where narrow misses and narrow escapes have been the theme of the events that take place. The crowd's been itching for this. I've been itching for this. Wu Sheng sending stares across the ring into the eyes of Buck Dermont. The tension is high. Anticipation is higher. Booze Brewer and Philip Caskits exchanging words. Looks like those two are going to kick us off here, as that's very fitting. Booze Brewer was able to secure a pinfall against Philip Caskits back in that DWE Dual Band Championship tournament. As the two lock up here, Philip Caskits with a quick snap suplex helps Booze to his feet. Now going to send Booze to the corner. Philip locking up once more, spins Booze out over the rope, springboard off into a nice forearm. Now some less than lethal kicks to the side and face of Booze. Makes to his feet, but Booze is able to catch that strike, follow it up with a nice punch of his own, and now proceeds to put Philip in the corner. What's Booze got in mind here? He looks to put him up over his shoulders and drop him back down onto that top turnbuckle, followed by a kick to the gut and a nice forearm smash to the back. As I mentioned, Booze was able to secure the pinfall that put Caskits of Sorrow out of that championship tournament. What I failed to mention was Buck Dermont entered that match with a chair and laid it to the skull of Philip Caskits. And that's what ultimately led to Caskits of Sorrow being eliminated from that championship tournament, because they had that match well in hand. As Rhythm right now enters the ring and get in on the action of dealing some heavy headed offense to that of Philip Caskits. DWE Universe not taken too lightly to the showboating of Rhythm. Now looks like he's gonna slam the face of Philip Caskits off this top turnbuckle several times. Rattle that brain around a little bit. Philip's able to catch that last strike, now grab the face of Rhythm and slam his into the top turnbuckle. Proceeds to grapple and then hit a nice poison Rana to the excitement of this DWE Universe. Now gonna look to tag in Evan Sorrow, let him get in on the action. Proceeds to now help Rhythm right to his feet. Gonna send him into the ropes, a nice arm drag takedown. Evan now gonna shoot across and hit a single leg drop kick to the face of Rhythm right, one half of Rhythm and Booze, who looks to now be busted open. Evan Sorrow's got his sights in, heads for that hell of a kick, but Rhythm right able to step out of the way at the last second. Now gonna send Evan in hard into the corner and tag in Buck Dermont. And you can see Wu Sheng. Wu Sheng wants in now more than ever. That's who he clearly is here for. He wants Buck Dermont, and look at Buck Dermont. The mind games continue. Reaching Evan right as he was about to reach Wu Sheng. Pulling him away, and look at the cockiness, the arrogance to now do push-ups. Wu Sheng absolutely fuming, staring off into the distance as Buck Dermont proceeds to hit push-ups. Now lands strikes to the face of Evan Sorrow. Gonna put him in the corner right in front of Wu Sheng so he can see every strike, every hit, as he proceeds to stomp the chest of Evan Sorrow. Nice kick to the gut. Buck Dermont's got Evan up. Looks like he's gonna set him up for a power bomb, and there it is. Followed by a couple stomps to the face, stomps to the chest. Buck Dermont, the DWE mainstream champion, laying some heavy offense and a big slam to Evan Sorrow. Lays him out firmly in the middle of the ring. And I'll tell you what, if you need a 101, if you need a lesson in how to piss off the DWE Universe, look no further than one Buck Dermont. As Evan Sorrow now rolls to his stomach, Wu Sheng now wants in the worst way, because I'm sure he just wants to get his hands on Buck Dermont. Buck Dermont finally stepping down after his little flex show. Evan's able to make the tag, and there goes Wu Sheng coming in, but Buck makes the tag himself, and Booze Brewer catches that lariat. A nice shot to the gut for Rhythm right as well. Wu Sheng not able to get his hands on Buck, but he does there. Now taking advantage of Booze, who's out on his feet, and he hits that Covenant Cutter. He's going to look for an immediate cover while the other two members of Boot are out on the outside. Wu's able to get an elimination. Rhythm right slides into the ring. He's countered and now gets an elbow to the face for his troubles. Rhythm right sent in, and a huge over-the-head suplex from Wu Sheng. Buck still laying on the outside. I don't know that he knows Booze Brewer's been eliminated. If he didn't, he does now. Wu Sheng spitting that mist into the air into the direction of Buck Dermont. Now has Rhythm a hold, sends him into the ropes, and another over-the-head suplex. Wu Sheng fired up, and you know he wants to be taking all this out on Buck Dermont. Every shot, every strike, every suplex. Instead, Rhythm right's gonna have to eat them all as he gets a couple gut checks here in the corner that seats him. Wu Sheng pacing, stalking, now comes running in, and a nice face wash, a big face wash. It's gonna help Rhythm to his feet once more. Look to send him into the ropes. He comes off. Wu ducks under. Big clothesline. Flipping Rhythm right inside out. You can see the blood trickling down the side of his face. Sheng now gonna send him into his team's corner as he stares down Buck Dermont again. That's the man he wants. Gonna drive that shoulder into the gut several more times and now look to make a tag. Evan Sorrow fired up. We saw him break a kendo stick over Rhythm Right's head at Something to Fear. As we get a kick to the face, a nice ripcord into a Spanish fly suplex. He's gonna look for an immediate cover. Could we get another elimination? Rhythm Right able to kick out of that one. As I mentioned on our last upload, Rhythm Right showed up with his receipt as he laid chair shots to the head and to the body of Evan Sorrow. The two men now meet once again. The universe loving it. Evan's gonna look to send Rhythm Right here into the opposite corner. Might be setting up for that hell of a kick one more time. He's a big fan of it. Couldn't connect last time. Comes in, is unable to connect again this time. Rhythm Right again, one step ahead. Rolls him up here. He's got a roll up that I don't think anybody's prepared for. Philip sees it, he jumps in, but he's able to sneak an elimination there and quickly escapes to the outside after getting a sneaky roll up pin on Philip Caskits' partner, Evan Sorrow. And here comes Philip Caskits through the middle rope, landing a big suicide dive to the chest. And here we go, Sheng and Buck Dermont have entered the ring. Staring each other down. This is what the DWE Universe wants. These two have been at each other's throat as they now stand face to face in the middle of the ring at DWE's Code of War. Sheng's gonna make the first move and hit a kick to the gut. He's got Buck Dermont up. Hits that Covenant Cutter, but these two are not the legal men. Sheng gonna proceed to pick Buck Dermont back up. Knowing he can't win the match now, he's gonna walk Buck Dermont to the edge, throws him over the top rope, and he's in hot pursuit behind. Now helping the DWE mainstream champion to his feet, Sheng sends Buck Dermont into the steel steps. Meanwhile, Philip Caskits dropping Rhythm Right onto the apron. These two right here are the legal men. It's completely broken down. We have chaos on both sides of the ring. DWE Universe is loving it. Philip Caskits gonna now help Rhythm Right to his feet and attempt to send him back in the ring. Rhythm Right now bleeding a little bit more. Sheng sending Buck Dermont into the guardrail on the outside. Gonna follow it with a kick. Buck's able to catch it and a big DDT to the outside on Sheng, followed by a stomp. Proceeds to drop an elbow to the top of the skull. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Philip handling Rhythm Right in the corner. Comes off that rope. Big single leg drop kick to the face of Rhythm Right. Philip Caskits getting every inch of that foot to the side of Rhythm Right's face. But now Rhythm able to gain some control and hits a big splash in the corner. Buck's got Sheng up on the outside, drives him hard into the barricade, and proceeds to let him know exactly what he thinks about him. Rhythm Right in control inside the ring, landing several strikes to the face of Philip Caskits. Now applying that foot to the throat. On the outside, Buck and Wu still going at it. Meanwhile, in the ring, the two legal men, Philip Caskits being sent into the corner. Rhythm Right comes in strong with a big clothesline. Evan Sorrow and Booze Brewer already being eliminated from the six-man tag team match. Sheng lands a big headbutt to Buck Dermont. Kick to the gut. Gonna look to pick up Buck. And powerbomb him hard into that barricade. Meanwhile, in the ring, Rhythm Right's got him up and he hits that right off on Philip Caskits. He's gonna go for a cover here. And he's able to get a 3 count on Philip Caskits. Wu Sheng preoccupied on the outside with Buck Dermont, now enters the ring and he just lands forearm after forearm, dropping Rhythm right. He's now going to lock up and send Rhythm hard into the corner, dropping him. You can see the blood stains on the ring mat. Wu Sheng full of energy, Buck still out on the outside. Rhythm able to secure that elimination on Philip Caskits. Now left to deal with a fired up Wu Sheng. Sent into the ropes, comes off, and another over the head suplex for Wu Sheng. He's fired up and feeling it. Buck still out on the outside. Proceeds to help Rhythm right to his feet. He's going to send him into the ropes once more, and a nice single leg drop kick. Wu Sheng in full control. Big over the head suplex by Wu Sheng. Proceeds to charge Buck and send him crashing back to the outside as Rhythm right pulls himself up in the corner. Wu Sheng spins him around, slams him once more into the corner, and he's got him up in that halo breaker position. Drops him flush in the middle of the ring. A bloody and beaten Rhythm right's laid out. Wu Sheng has the cover. And there's another elimination. Buck Dermont's got the chair here. We're down to our final two, and how fitting of it being Buck Dermont. Wu Sheng, he attempts to swing that chair. Wu Sheng's able to dodge it and hit a nice stiff strike to the face. This is what it's all come down to. These two have been waiting for upload after upload to get their hands on each other, and he's got Buck up and he hits that halo breaker. Wu Sheng having other plans in mind, doesn't go for an immediate cover. He props that chair, wedges that chair in the corner. Buck Dermont earlier tonight stating that after this victory, after this certified win, he was done with Wu Sheng. Wu Sheng, a big over-the-head suplex to the DWE mainstream champion. Wu Sheng having different plans, different thoughts in mind. Proceeds to help the DWE mainstream champion to his feet. Wu Sheng sends him off the ropes. He's able to duck under that lariat. Following in hot pursuit, and there's that buckshot lariat out of nowhere from the champ. He's going to go for a cover. Is he done with Wu Sheng? Is the story over? No, Wu Sheng's able to kick out. Wu Sheng able to kick out of that buckshot lariat. The same buckshot lariat that finished him off at Something to Fear for the DWE Mainstream Championship. And Buck Dermont sending Wu Sheng head first into that steel chair. Into the opposite turnbuckle. Buck Dermont letting everybody know he's the smartest man in the room. And how could you argue after a sequence like that? Buck Dermont said he was done. He's ready to move on. His main focus is the clown. The same clown that showed up at the end of Something to Fear. And proceeded to leave a beaten and bloodied Buck Dermont in the middle of the ring with a clown mask on. That is Buck Dermont's main focus. He proceeds to head to the corner and remove that turnbuckle pad. Going to look to ensure that this story is over. He has the final say in how it's written, and Wu Sheng's able to counter and hit one of them big clotheslines of his own that flips the champ inside out. Wu Sheng helps him to his feet, throws Buck into that corner. Now it's going to send him chest first into that exposed turnbuckle. He's got him up in that halo breaker position. He drops him. Wu Sheng drops him. And now looks for an immediate cover. 1, 2, 3. Buck Dermont has fallen to Wu Sheng.
The team of Philip Caskits, Evan Sorrow, and Wu Sheng.
Albeit there was no championship on the line, but I know that's not why Wu Sheng was here tonight. Wu Sheng wasn't worried about championships. Wu Sheng does it for the respect, for the honor. He values what happens inside those ropes too much. Too much so to let somebody like Buck Dermont walk around this company, walk around this promotion, and spew the vile the disrespect that Buck Dermont and the rest of the boot bring along. Sheng has silenced that here tonight. Sheng gets to stand atop of the company tonight, regardless if there's championship in hand. Sheng is atop of the DWE universe. Find out where we go from here on our next upload of DWE Mainframe. Do me a favor, if you've enjoyed what you saw here tonight, leave us a like, leave us a comment, and find us on the next one. Call your mother, tell you love her. My name's Automatic, and I'm the voice of Digital Wrestling Entertainment. This has been DWE's Code of War. Thank you, and good night.